Okay, so this video I want to take a look at the difference between keratin and melanin. Keratin and melanin. So first of all, keratin, just to be clear here, is a protein, and melanin is a pigment. Okay, now we have the skin layers here. So these first 5 here, these are the epidermis. The epidermis. We know the epidermis has 5 layers. We know this. Now, and you have the corneum, the lucidum, granulosum, spinosum, and basal. Come, let's get sunburned. That mnemonic there. Now, first of all, the keratin is produced by keratinocytes. And these keratinocytes are in the stratum basal. And by the way, this under the epidermis here, this is the dermis. Just to give some context, where is keratin and where is melanin? The cells, I mean. And we have the papillary layer here and the reticular layer here, just to kind of put that there so we know where we are. So first of all, now we have the keratinocytes and the melanocytes are in the stratum basal. That's where they are. That's where they are. So I'll put 1 here for keratin. Keratin is in here. And I'll put the M. We have some melanocytes also in here. Okay? Now, the keratinocytes, they are moving. The keratinocytes are constantly flowing to the stratum corneum. They're in movement. They're always dividing here in the basal, and they're kind of moving up and floating up and floating up. And as they get closer to the corneum, they die. And it becomes hair, it becomes skin, whatever else. You can look at other videos for that. But just want to give you the context of what's going on here. Now, the melanocytes, which are the cells that are producing melanin. So again, keratinocytes, these cells here, are in the stratum basal, and they're producing keratin, and melanocytes produce melanin. Now, when the melanocytes produce melanin, remember, the melanocytes aren't going anywhere. They're staying here in the stratum basal. They don't move and die like the keratinocytes. These guys are all going to float up here and kind of die away and lose all the organelles and turn into skin or whatever else, be merged in. Now, the purpose of keratin, to mention another point here, is to keep the skin tough and dry. That's the point. Melanin is for, I'll just put color. And this means color of eyes, color of skin, color of hair, etc., etc. Right? Now, so what happens is that these melanocytes, the question is, how does the pigment, when someone is tanning, or for dark-skinned people, or when everyone's skin starts to get darker because of the ultraviolet light, or the sun tanning boots also, how does that melanin get up here into the skin? Answer, it goes from the melanocytes transfer it, they produce melanin, and that melanin goes in these keratinocytes. So they transfer it. I'm not going to explain how now, but you guys want you to get the point. And when these keratinocytes travel up, they're carrying that melanin, and that is what is making the skin darker. That is what's going on if we're talking in the context of the skin. For the eyes and the hair, it's a little bit different, but the concept is basically the same. And that's the point we want to produce here. The 2 things to define here is, what is the main function of keratin, and what is the main function of melanin, and what are they? First of all, keratin is a protein, and it keeps the skin tough and dry. Melanin is a pigment, and it produces color. But this gives you the idea of what's going on. Remember, these melanocytes do not move up. The melanocytes stay in the basal, just to be clear there. All right.